let's go into your reading here. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. I'm trying to get a common narrative coming through because I feel like there are a variety and snippets of messages, and it might apply to different sets of people. So one of the first thing that I'm feeling here is that you're getting some news, some communication from a friend that is it's kind of idealistic is what I'm feeling. They're dealing with a lot of things in their lives right now. I feel it's a friend. They're dealing with a lot of things in their lives right now that they're just everything's up in the air. They're a little bit confused. They don't really know which direction they want to go, and they might even be, discussing some travel plans with you. And I feel like you want to be very, very careful how you maintain this situation. As a friend, you want to be supportive, right? You want to really be supportive, and that's what we're here for. But I feel like this person is looking for a way to vent. They're a little bit frustrated with some of the things going on in their lives. So you have to be the active listener, okay? You might feel like, I know the whole story, and you might want to interject, but I do sense that you're going to have to sit it out and let them vent and let them, get it out of their system, because I do sense that this is something that you need to hear. They might have some important information that you hadn't considered, because I feel like they're ruminating over things over and over and over again, and they're not able to find a solution. And it seems like they're quite intelligent themselves, okay? So because of it, I do feel that it's in your best interest to try to, give them an active ear, okay? What I'm also feeling is that your friendships circle, it's also going to be expanding. So that means you're dealing with people who are quite different from what you're used to in the past, okay? Like a different crowd. They're a little bit older, possibly, for some of you. And then there are other people that are caught in relationship problems with, like you have a friend who's going through some relationship issues with their partner, and they're venting to you. So I see a lot of people just coming to you venting, they're not really wanting advice, they're just coming to you venting, and you're just like, and you're the one giving advice, and I feel like they're just looking to vent, okay? So it's going to be a little bit frustrating. They also want you to be very careful about communication, and they want you to also be supportive, okay? Because I do sense that you might be dealing with people who are not really looking for advice. So if you interject a little bit too much, it might sour that friendship, that relationship, okay? What I'm also feeling as well, some of you honestly are caught in a love triangle. And I'm feeling that you want to be careful and tread very, very carefully, because I do sense that the person that you're dealing with, there is some slight depression associated with it. I'm sensing like, lack of stability in their own life. They're dealing with a lot of stressors, so they might not be in a position to be operating at their best. They're not making the most sound, solid decisions. So I do sense that you need to be very careful about this, okay? If you're dealing with somebody who's a little bit cloudy, their judgment is clouded, is the message I'm getting, as well as they might be dealing with a lot of instabilities, in their own lives, and as a result of it, they might be dealing with sadness, depression, grief. And you're going to have to help them through this, but it is not your burden. So, just make sure that people are upfront and honest with you, because I feel like you're not getting the whole story. Okay. So let's go into your reading here. First of all, we do have the Ace of Wands as well as the Five of Cups. Now, the Ace of Wands indicates a situation that is sparking new passion, new projects, okay? Let me turn the screen up and see if I can get this a little bit brighter. Okay, so this Ace of Wands indicates new passion and new excitement, new forms of stability even happening in your own life, okay? And this is a very, very good card because as the fire sign, as the suit of wands, this is basically you're getting a starting point. You're getting a do-over. It's linked up here with the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups indicates a situation that deals with regrets, sadness, and dealing with a little bit of shame, guilt as well. And knowing that something from your past has come to an end, there's no way to salvage it, and you're going to have to forge ahead. And I feel like both of these energies indicate to me that you're starting something new, mainly because the old thing was not working. You've left it behind, but there's always that lingering sense of, what if I had done things differently? What if I had chosen the wrong path? So you're still starting out on a brand new journey, on a little bit of a shaky footing. It has a lot of potential, and you know that this new journey is going to be very good for you. But at the same time, I feel like there has to be something that that you were very much emotionally invested in that came to an end. So as a result, you're not really having a choice here. This is kind of like the universe pushing you forward for a little bit more stability in your own life and for new energies to come through for you. Overall, it is a very, very good card. It indicates like execution. It indicates like you pushing things forward, mainly because you have the drive and the ambition. And you might have started something in the past. It didn't exactly work out. So there's a lot of hesitation, a lot of fear associated with this new venture, but it's going to be very, very positive for you, okay? What I'm also feeling is a lot of you might initiate some type of new travel plans, might be discussing this with another person, but I feel more than anything, starting on a brand new, like, even like I'm feeling strongly a new love relationship that has recently come in for you. I feel a lot of you might be in a situation where you meet someone that you are very physically attracted to, but there's still that sense of, mourning for the past. So be careful about rebound relationships, okay? It's not fair for the other person. But as consenting adults, you might want to lay it out on the line and let them know what they're getting themselves into. So I feel a little bit of that. It's kind of like it looks very positive to me, but it feels like that you're not 100% certain, but it's still getting you very excited, very fired up, and very prepared to do something, okay? Let's go through the rest of this cluster here. The second two cards here is the Fool and the Princess of Wands. So you're starting brand new journeys. So the Fool indicates new opportunities that are emerging in our lives where we can forge a new path for ourselves or do things a little bit differently. This is like, hitting that reset button in your life and clearing out the clutter, clearing out the baggage so that you can, neatly compartmentalize, wrap up your life in a little duffel bag and just be on your way to a new beginning. It is a very, very positive card. I definitely feel a lot of you are trepidatious about going off on this brand new path because I feel like something about it reminds you of something that has happened before. And on the one hand, you're very passionate about it, but on the other hand, it's sort of like even though it harkens back, and I feel like, no two experiences are the same. So don't take the previous framework into this new venture because I do sense that you're going to have to relinquish control a little bit, let the situation unfold naturally, excuse me, rather than trying to direct it, okay? Because it seems to me like this is something brand new. It's not going to be, it hasn't been done before, and it's not going to be like anything that was there before. It's linked up here with the Page of Wands. And this is the Princess of Wands in this deck, but it's the Page of Wands in the traditional deck. The Page of Wands usually indicates some type of news, some type of new communication that is coming through for you regarding projects, regarding new beginnings. A lot of you might be dealing with a person who is slightly younger than you, possibly for some of you a child, like I'm feeling like some people who are parents, your children might be going off to school, might be going off to college, and I feel like someone is coming through and they're asking you for advice, possibly a younger person. and they see you as someone who is in a position of authority. But this is whatever they're asking you about. I feel like you don't have all the expertise in that field, so you're going to have to do a little bit of research. You're going to have to do a little bit of digging, because they're going to shoot like a lot of questions at you. And they seem to me to be a little bit like, short attention span, a little bit ADD, like attention deficit, and easily bored. So I feel like you're going to have to find creative ways to entertain them. If you are working in a capacity where you deal with a lot of children, be very, very careful about, not jumping the gun, making assumptions. So I do feel that, overall, this is what this combination means, because the page energy is a very young, rambunctious type of energy, where they're looking for all the information, but they might lack the discipline in having to do the groundwork in order to secure knowledge, in order to I guess like even absorb new information and new knowledge. Okay, but overall the combination looks very, very good. So I definitely feel a lot of you are coming through with a new path, with a new sense of purpose, with new passion, new opportunities. And that's quite interesting coming through for this month, but I'm really happy to see this combination for you. Already the Ace of Wands, new project, this Princess of Wands, new project that you are embracing on a very, passionate soul level. And I feel like a lot of you are starting on new things that is like right up your alley. It's something that you're really, really happy with. And you're very, I feel a lot of like bubbling energy where you're like, very optimistic and happy about it, okay? What's coming through as well, we have the Three of Pentacles as well as the Ten of Wands. So this combination is work, finance related. So right off the bat, the Three of Pentacles indicates a collaborative type of a situation where you are going to have to prioritize cooperation. You're going to have to work under the mandates of somebody else, possibly for some of you. I do feel that you're going to be put in an environment where you're dealing with a lot of people for this month, okay? Everyone has their own sets of knowledge, and they're coming to the table, and there's going to be this, I feel like a round table where everyone is like giving their best practices, sharing information and disseminating information. But overall, it is a very, very collaborative type of group setting. Now, being a fire sign, and also, the first sign out of the zodiac, you are a very, very independent person. And I feel for many of you, you enjoy working alone. You enjoy, collaboration every once in a while. But if you have to work under the mandates of somebody else, I feel that most of you are not completely happy. And what I'm also feeling is you have a very, very strong individualistic streak about you. And a lot of you as well are in a position where you feel that, someone has to prove themselves to you. It seems almost as if someone has to prove themselves to you for you to respect them. So that means, they have to like know what they're talking about. They have to make sense. They have to like present themselves in a way where their sense of authority, and they can't be dictatorial. They have to explain themselves in a way that is convincing and persuasive in order for you to trust their expertise, in order for you to respect them. For some of you, this is going to be the main challenge for this month: collaborating with another person, taking into account their viewpoints, and doing so in a manner that gives them, that benefit of the doubt, but also shows them that you are a team player, that you're, receptive. A lot of you are very good leaders because you're highly creative. But I feel like the energy for this month is more about collaboration. For those of you who are in a working environment where you're going to have to you have to do some type of training, you have to do some type of collaborative work where you are expanding your work area, such as finding new clients, charting new territory. I feel a lot of you, if you're working like canvassing, like I don't know if you do anything with city planning. I feel canvassing, doing going door to door, asking people for information based on their household. I do see a lot of city canvassers, city planners and things like that. So that's coming through. So I see a lot of going door to door, trying to ask people what their views are and things like that. Okay, it's a really fun environment, but it can be a little bit physically taxing here with the Ten of Wands. If you are in an environment where you are working under the mandates of somebody, I feel like one of the dangers coming through is that the other person, your supervisor, might be giving you the brunt of the work, okay? I feel like they trust your expertise, they trust your skills, they trust your capabilities, and they know that you deliver on your promises. So it seems like it's not fair though, because I feel like you're going to be handed a lot of the work, okay? So I do feel that, this is like the moving card, but it's also the bringing work home, bringing all these things that are considered burdens back to your lair, back to your, uh, the place of refuge. So I do see a lot of bringing work home. A lot of you might also be, I feel like, working in a donation capacity where you are bringing either food, amenities, resources. I feel like emergency disaster relief people come to mind too if you're in that profession. I definitely feel like you're working in a very fast-paced environment. You have to coordinate logistics with other people. You might be behind the scenes directing people, telling people where to go, what to bring, and at what physical location they're supposed to be. So there's a lot of like operational support. So if you're starting a new job and you're doing anything related to the things I mentioned, such as city planning, such as doing some type of dispatch, logistical support, make sure that you're guiding people. Well, make sure that you do the preliminary research, so you're guiding people in the right direction and you're finding the most efficient way to do this. Okay, so very, very good combination, but it basically means there's a lot of work. There's almost like if you're starting something new, of course, in a new work environment, there's always going to be a high learning curve, right? So that means, really taking work home, trying to study. I feel like you're going to have to bring some procedures, manuals, scrolls, paperwork, or something like that. And you're going to have to thumb through it, or at least, I feel like rummage through it so that you can absorb information that will really benefit you in the work front. If you're starting a new job, bring some manuals home and try to, study it. And I feel that if you're trying to make a good impression, throwing something out from the manual would be really, really good for you in a group setting. So just an FYI, okay? So it looks like it's going to be quite a busy month, Aries. So, keep yourself grounded and keep yourself prepared for all this, okay? I see a lot of movement. So if you've been in a sedentary work environment, you might be more active. You might be bouncing around to different offices, collecting signatures and directing people where to go, what to do, how to do something, and you're providing logistical support, okay? That's also, if you're looking for a career track and you're just like out there, trying to figure things out, look into, look into people who provide logistical or operational support behind the scenes for either disaster relief or some type of dispatch service, okay? I feel that that's a job that you're really going to excel in, and it's going to make you very, very happy, all right? Now, the last combination here is the Empress and the Princess of Pentacles. So the Empress and the Page of Pentacles. Let me talk about this situation here first. For some of you, I feel like there are going to be some concerns when it comes to family members, okay? Mothers, fathers, something like that. And they're going to need your help in some capacity. I don't feel well, actually, for some of you, it might be financial help here because, the Page of Pentacles indicates like a younger person giving money to an older person. Others of you, you might be in a situation where you are starting something new, possibly going off to college, and you're going to have to ask for some financial assistance from parents. But I do feel that, parents, mother, fathers, figuring very, very prominently in this, for their energy is very dominant this month. And what I'm also feeling is that there's going to be some financial assistance from you to them or from them to you. There's also going to be some help from you to them or them to you. So you might be helping them out on a practical level, such as, doing the dishes, helping them sort out some paperwork. A lot of the time too, the younger generation tends to be a little bit more technologically savvy, and everything is automated and online now, so you might be called upon to help them with something like that. I feel like it's important paperwork that they need to file, but they don't know how to do it. So you're gonna spend a lot of time, I feel, helping out other people, especially in the family household unit, and especially pertaining to mom and dad. What I'm also feeling is there might be some health issues related to the parents that you're catching wind of. You're showing them how to do things on a practical level in order to manage health issues. So, for example, if somebody is like, has arthritis, you might find ways to, enroll them in physical therapy, or you might consult somebody in order to get them some help associated with that. So, for example, if your mother or father is suffering from joint pains, you might see a physical therapist, or you might show them, physical activities such as like, I don't know, Tai Chi comes to mind, and some type of exercises that they're doing, acupressure, acupuncture, some things like that, that they can do to alleviate the symptoms. So I do see some health concerns coming through, and you're giving them, practical means to help them through it. And I do see a lot of you are preparing. I do see physically preparing food for parents, or showing them how to prepare certain foods, such as, finding ways to quicken the food prep process. Meal prep comes to mind, as well as juicing come to mind. So you're showing them how to do these things because it's going to benefit their health in the long run. A lot of you are so the Empress also is a very, very a card that indicates with fertility. So children and mothers are going to figure prominently for this month, okay? Your own children or children in your environment, I see you cooking for them. I see you taking care of another person as if they were your child and you want the best for them. So I see you showing them, tutoring them, showing them how to do something, showing them how to do homework, teaching them, walking. I see a lot of hand holding, showing them the proper way to do things. So your energy is very, very well regarded this month. I see you giving a lot of advice, and I see you like coaching. I see you like, taking them by the arms and leading the way. So it's really, really positive energy. This combination overall, fertility is very high for this month if you're not expecting. I do sense that you want to be careful. Once again, it goes without saying. But overall, there's some very, very strong protection here, that there's strong energy of protection coming through from the other side, where they're going to be able to smooth out your financial situation, okay? They're going to bring in clients for you if you're working in a client base. So money is trickling in. The money situation is very stable, and it's understandable. I feel like you're inundated with a lot of work, okay? So work-life balance, I do see some of you are going to start incorporating meal prep into your routine, mainly because you might not have the time to cook every day. So that's the better way to go, okay? Now, in terms of your advice, let's talk about this situation here. We do have the Judgment card. So you've got, let me see, pretty much 3 cards that indicate new beginning. Ace of Wands, Princess of Wands, as well as the Judgment card. Let's talk about this as a new beginning, okay? You're starting a new phase in your life, and I feel that relationships are going to start to smooth out. And the main thing is, don't jump the gun. Just be the active listening ear to another person, okay? And I do feel that there's going to be a lot of blessings coming your way through family, through friends, and through people around you, and they're going to come in through very, very positive ways, okay? So this is positive communication, positive news regarding money, finances, collaborative efforts. That's going to allow you, others to see you as a very competent worker. And I feel like a lot of good karma is being, it's like karma, good karma that has been accumulated in the past. They are rolling out and they're paving the way for you. So a lot of good things are coming through for this month. I do see a lot of blessings. The Judgment card also indicates, you know, communication, um, reciprocal communication coming through from you and another person, where your goals are kind of like aligned. If in the past it has really been really problematic to find a middle ground, right now you're able to achieve a lot of balance, a lot of like common paths, common purpose, common goals with another person. What I am seeing here is this, and this is what signifies that to me. Two people who are very different in the past might have worked at cross purposes with one another. This month they are forced to collaborate. So overall, there's like some type of mediator coming in between, allowing you and another person to come together and to hash out your differences, but also to collaborate with one another and to bring something to fruition in a very, very meaningful way, okay? There's a lot of communication coming through from people all around you, and whatever, you know, this is the Six of Swords here. This is sailing away from a troublesome past into a safer haven. This is also like letting situations go. It's like, you know, let bygones be bygones and start over. That's what I'm feeling here, okay? So you're in a very good space right now to smooth things out in your relationship, so try your best to do that. What I'm also feeling is some type of a trip, some type of a voyage, somebody taking a trip, taking a voyage to come see you. So I feel there's something associated with that as well. I feel like some of you might be moving, but I don't sense that it's a permanent move. Be careful about accidentally leaving things behind here with the Seven of Swords. He's got 5 swords in his arms. The other 2, he's coming back for them, but he might forget. So just forgetfulness is something that you might be prone to for this month, okay? So we have the Seven of Swords in the advice position. Don't cut corners for this month, okay? Because you're in a collaborative environment. You are also regarded as a person of authority for this month. I'm feeling for some of you. So you have to do things by the book. You have to set a good example, either as a role model for younger people or either as the person with the most expertise and experience in your current work environment. Don't cut corners, mind procedures, because I feel like people are going to ask you and they're going to second guess you. So you have to find a way to, you know, make sure you are procedurally sound as you proceed ahead, okay? I pulled out 2 cards to see what's linked up with the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is a situation where I feel like it's linked up here with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. There is going to be somebody in a position of authority, or I feel like a position of authority, who's going to question you. A lot of you might be in a work environment where there might have been some audits at work, and if you have not been following procedures, I hope you watch this video and try to do everything by the book, because I do feel like an energy of an investigator, somebody asking a lot of questions, possibly even invasive questions, and you want to be very clear that you're procedurally correct so that they don't have anything to hold against you, okay? So that's the only danger I'm sensing. Let's go into your love reading now, Aries. Let me put these over here. Okay, so can you show me what's going on for Aries for love, romance, and relationship? I feel like some of you might be in a position where you have recently broken up with somebody. You have a lot of your stuff in their house, and you're trying to find a way to gracefully get all of your stuff out of that person's house, so that it doesn't cause a scene, and so that it can so that you can just get your stuff and move on, is what I'm feeling. So let's go into this spread. And the reason why I said that is starting with the past position, okay? We do have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords indicates some type of a breakup, some type of a disappointment, some type of a situation that we had really high hopes and high aspirations and dreams and hopes for, and it just, it fell below expectation. I also feel some of you are in a position where you have been separated from somebody. It's still a little bit painful and you're having trouble moving on. And this is in the past position. So this is something that might have happened in the past, the most recent, the last relationship that you had. I feel like it was a situation that was, it was disappointing because I feel like it was very, very unexpected, okay? The breakup happened very suddenly. It happened in a way where it might not have been nice. It just didn't end well, okay? And you're left with some questions. But I do feel that at this point you're in a situation where there might still be, you might be running into that person still, or in the past you might have the same friends, you might have like the same social circle, so running into them and things like that is a little bit kind of like unavoidable. And as a result of it, I feel that some of you are in a position where you're just like, it's hard for you to let go. You know that the person is not good for you. You know that the situation can't come back together. But it's still hard for you to, let that whole situation go because you do see them on a regular basis, or you might have the same social circle. That's what I'm sensing. It's linked up here with the High Priestess. And this is actually a very good card in this deck. This is like the awakening. It's sort of like, no longer being in denial about a situation, okay? In some instances, I feel like it's kind of like information that came to light in the past that revealed this situation for what it is or what it was. And it was a relationship where I feel like for some of you, it was very, very deep rooted. I do see like broken engagements, and broken marriages, possibly somebody that you spent a significant chunk of your time with. You might have dated them for many, many years. There might have been an engagement that never came to fruition. It might have been a marriage situation that kind of fell apart. So it seems to me like this was a soulmate connection that allowed you to grow, but then in the process of growing, you grew apart, okay? Whenever I see this card, I feel that, with the flower coming from her head, it's basically your crown chakra, and it signifies to me that we live and learn, and we go through life in the process of expanding our consciousness, expanding our life experiences, and we learn from them. So this was a deep-rooted relationship. You still care about the other person, and that it's not going to come back together. But I feel like a deep part of you has been transformed as a result of getting involved with that person in that relationship. I feel for some of you, there might have been like an air sign in the past, okay? So like an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. So some type of air sign in the past, okay? Very deep transformative relationship here. So from that, it brings us to the present situation. In the present situation, we have the Knight of Coins, which is, this is basically, I feel like this is more your energy. I'm going to read this as your energy. Because of what happened in the past, you're not in a hurry to jump into the dating field, right? So I feel like you're a little bit skeptical. You're a little bit like, right now you like your single life. You like to, have your cake and eat it too. You like to keep your options open. And you're not in a hurry to, get in there just yet. I do see a lot of new beginnings for you guys based on the previous spread. So I'm inclined to say that, you have some options and you are kind of like on a hill overlooking the land below, and you're looking at, greener pastures. You're looking at the potential of the dating prospects and things like that, okay? So a lot of you are not in any hurry to jump, and you are in a very, very good position. You're in a high position, which means that you get to see the lay of the land here with the Empress card. And the Empress card indicates, beauty. It indicates attractiveness, male or female. This is the energy that you're embodying. You're very highly independent. You know how to protect yourself. You know when to flirt, when to hold back. So I feel like right now you have a lot of people that are pretty much vying for your attention. So you're in a pretty good position here to pick and choose, and people are looking up to you rather than down at you. So you're in a very good position for any type of a, tactical move, or any type of a, I would say like almost, you're in a position for first advantage. I would say that, okay? So that's what's happening in the present situation. A lot of you are dealing with another earth sign right now. So the earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here with the Knight of Coins. And I feel like this is somebody who wants a family. This is somebody who wants the whole 9 yards. They want to settle down. They want to have a family. They might be, if you're in a committed relationship with this person, there might be some news regarding pregnancy, for example, with this person. So be careful. I feel like you've met somebody that is very, very, very attractive. And for some reason, every time I do a reading for Aries, I feel like you either have some really attractive exes, or you have somebody who's very, very attractive in your midst that's trying to court you. I see that every single time I do a reading for Aries. And I started mentioning that like back in February, but I feel like that's what's happening here. You've got an earth sign in your present environment right now. And if this is somebody that is old, that has caused you heartache in the past, be very careful. If this is somebody new, it has a lot of potential, because I do see mutual attraction. I do see a lot of like, like somebody who's very, very, very either beautiful or very handsome. So this is not to be vain or anything, but I do sense that there's a lot of physical attraction coming through, okay? A lot of you might be in a position right now where you are very, very picky about who you are dating. I see, especially for women, biological clock ticking. Fertility is a major factor, so you're not, playing the field anymore. You're trying to find the right one. So you have an earth sign coming through that you are attracted to, but you're trying to like figure them out to see if they want the same things that you do. Okay, and then for men, Aries men in general, regardless of whatever gender you're dating, if you identify as an Aries man, I feel that you have many, many options and many suitors. So the crowning energy here is the person thing that you're thinking about, okay, whatever's on your mind. We do have the death card, and the death card indicates, new transformation, new ways of doing, new ways of life, okay? So shifting from the old ways of doing to a new way of doing. And I feel like a lot of you were in a relationship and now you're single. Or you were single and now you're in a relationship, or you're starting to date. And it's linked up with the Three of Cups, which indicates social dating, going out, having fun, expanding your social circle, expanding your social, even professional network. And meeting, this is actually a very, very good month if you're looking to meet. Actually look, you don't have to look so far away. They might just be in your environment, okay? This is a very good socializing card. This is a good collaborative card, and it's also just a good mingling card. This is socially dating. I feel like a lot of you have many options, especially for those who are newly single, but you're very cautious about jumping the gun because you want somebody on your same path, and you're testing out the water before you jump right in, okay? The foundation here indicates whatever the situation is that this whole spread is built upon. This is something that is happening in your environment that you know to be true. we have the Ten of Wands, which indicates, many, many options, many dating partners, and it's really draining your time. You're also inundated with a lot of social activities, club activities, social outings, on top of work, home responsibilities. So you're really struggling to stay afloat. I feel like time management is, I feel like for most fire signs, time management might be something that you need to work on, okay? Um, I feel like fire signs and water signs. So just be very careful to allocate enough time for yourself to do everything and don't overextend yourself, okay? Because, this energy is pervasive through the rest of the month. So just plan your time accordingly. You have a lot of suitors, okay? And for those of you who are coupled up, you have a lot of invitations. You have a lot of social functions that you feel out of, social norms you have to attend. So I definitely feel this whole thing about, time management, divide and conquer. If you are in a partner relationship, one person should go to this one and then the other person goes to the next one, for example, rather than trying to squeeze everything in and go together as a unit. Because I feel like time management, divide and conquer is something that's going to be better for you as a coupled relationship. If you've got like a baby shower here and a birthday party there, that might be a better strategy because it seems like you and your partner have a lot on your plate, okay? It's linked up here with the Two of Pentacles as well. And the Two of Pentacles is time management, juggling, as well as I feel, financial, a little bit of a financial hiccup. So there's a lot of socializing and you have a lot on your mind. You have a lot to do. Time management is a major issue. So make sure that you don't overindulge, okay? So that's what I'm going to leave this at, okay? I also feel that some of you have not made up your mind about who you want to date. I see air sign, possibly even another fire sign. So another, I see air, earth, and fire. Air from the past, earth sign in the present moment, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and then possibly another fire sign that you are trying to decide between, okay? So another Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo. Leo comes to mind strongly. So you've got a lot of things on your plate, possibly two people that you're juggling. And then for those who are financially linked, for those who are in committed relationships, in marriages, or who are engaged, there might be a little bit of a financial crunch, mainly because someone might be expecting. So I do sense that coming through, and you're going to navigate together as a unit. So don't let this situation weigh you down and drive you apart, okay? So what's coming in your future position here? We have the Ace of Wands. Once again, this is brand new spark of passion, okay? You've got some people that you're seeing here with the Three of Cups. This is socializing, and then the Four of Cups, many offers that are made available to you on that are just available in your midst, okay? The choices are not exactly what you're dreaming about, what you're ruminating over, but I feel like a lot of you're still recoiling from some past disappointment with a very significant relationship. You're trying to heal it so that you can move forward. So I feel like you're still on the threshold. You're still taking the temperature just to make sure that, that you're ready. So I definitely feel options made available to you, and new spark of passion. So I feel like for a lot of you, there's somebody that you have in mind for this month who is very either very attractive, who you feel like you can build a future together, and you're trying to get your life in order with the other person, and you're trying to get to know another person. So this is, the getting to know you card, okay? So with the Three of Cups, it indicates socializing. But I definitely feel two options on the table for many of you, especially Aries men, because I feel like you have an option of somebody who wants to get married, okay? Possibly an earth sign. And then you have an option of someone who's really fun, but you don't really see a long-term future with them, possibly another fire sign, all right? And overall, if you're thinking about getting a reading, just visit my website. All the information is itemized, and it's very easy to navigate. if you click on schedule the appointment, you can see the calendar, and payment is everything is automated. And I do that just to ease the whole, processing thing, mainly to save me time, okay? And I've also added a donation link in the description box below. If you choose to use the link, I would appreciate it greatly. Thank you for viewing my video, and